Here we go, guys, right in the middle of London with these two characters, but we're outside, time for Terry's Caff. I'm going to be interviewing Dave Coldwell, Jordan Gill, and we're going to be calling this Brews with Bullard. Come and join us. Here we are, guys, the first ever interview at Terry's Caff, Brews with Bullard. Mr. David Coldwell, everyone, ladies and gentlemen. Give us a round of applause, everyone. Yeah, there's no one here.
Sound effects machine not working.
I've done a lot of homework on you yesterday, right? What I found out is not only did you start as a fighter, become a cornerman, manager, trainer and promoter. What did you enjoy most? First of all, fighting. Is that where it started for you?
Yeah, it was. I wasn't great because I started because I got fed up of being bullied as a kid and beat up as a kid. So I got into boxing for that. I loved it. I loved the gym that I was in. I trained at the world famous Brendan Ingle gym. Alongside he likes of Johnny Nelson, Prince Nassim.
You've come out with two big names already. Prince Nassim, can you talk to me about what?
He was nuts. He was more nuts than you. That's how nuts he was.
Really?
Yeah. Like a lot of talents and a lot of geniuses, they have a flaw in them where they reach a certain point and then they think that they've sort of like cracked it, they've clocked the game, they don't have to put in the same sort of work. And then it was where it was like a steady decline. But he was still knocking everybody out while he was declining. Until on his biggest moment, that's when it caught up, and that's sometimes how it can happen, where you can get away with it until your biggest moment.
And when did it go in this order, by the way? Because did it go fighter, cornerman, manager, trainer, promoter?
So I started off as a fighter, and then I ended up getting my own gym, and got my first gym in 2000, which was I was 25. So I was training fighters. So I was doing corners from, but what I used to do is when I used to go to all the Frank Warren shows, the big events, they used to have me working as a house second. So basically what that means is you're a bucket boy. So I get ribbed quite a lot, I get quite a lot of stick on Twitter and things like that where people want to say, I'll call you, oh, you're just a bucket boy. Yeah, I was a bucket boy, but do you know what? I was in the corners for a lot of big Nigel Benn fights. I've been in the corner for Nigel Benn, so I would listen to people like Jimmy Tibbs and Pete DeFreitas and other people like Billy Nelson. I've worked with a lot of corners where I'm just holding this bucket, but I'm also listening to what they're talking to the fighters, how they're dealing with fighters. So I learned a lot from being your bucket boy. So I'm not embarrassed by saying that's how I started out. So then obviously you bring your fighters through. I started off with journeyman, driving up to Scotland. For a 4-rounder, get home at 5 o'clock in the morning, and then be getting paid £80 for it. Yeah, then it moved up a little bit. I ended up having British title wins, European with Ryan Rhodes, fighting Canelo for a world title with Ryan. Kell Brook won a British title with me. I got a Commonwealth title with Lee McAllister, and then I kind of focused more on the promoting and managing side of things. But everything that I was earning out of managing the fighters and things was going in to prop up these shows that were losing. But I kept running the shows to build my fighters up, so then get them the opportunities. So Curtis Woodhouse came to me. I had one fight, and I managed. He was Sheffield United's youngest ever captain to this day.
Did you tell from his attitude he really wanted it?
Yeah, that's why it was worth investing in. Not only my time, but financially as well as a promoter, because he was boxing on my shows and costing us money. But it was worth that investment because you just knew that he had that drive, and I wanted to see where the story ended. And so when he won the British title, mate, what a feeling! That was unbelievable. Yeah.
Out of them 5, what did you enjoy the most?
I enjoy coaching the most. Yeah, training fighters. The promoting the least. Managing because you build because I weren't very good. No, I enjoy it. Do you know what I enjoy? No, it's not that. It's not that. It's an immense fear of failure. Because I was always told I would never achieve anything. Because I was always told that I was never going to do anything in my life. So
was that as a kid?
My mother, kids at school. Okay. So then you're going into the fight, and I would walk to the fight and thinking, Dave, what are you doing this for? You're going to get smashed. I had talent, and if you ask anybody that saw me in the gym, I was brilliant. I'm what you call a gym fighter. So there's plenty of fighters. A gym fighter means that you walk into the gym, you see this kid in the gym, and you think, who's that? He's really good, and he does everything in the gym, brilliant, everything. But But then when it comes to the pressure of the big lights and everybody watching, freeze, yeah.
Any aspiring boxers here watching this, could you give them any tips? What's the biggest tip that you could give as a coach for aspiring boxers?
So I get asked this a lot on my Instagram, and the one thing that I would say is, above natural talent and you're watching somebody else in the gym that seems to be flying and looking better than you and everything, don't worry about all that bullshit, right? You have to be willing to work harder than anybody else. You have to be willing to take it to the max every session. Not just physically, but mentally. You have to put your mind into it and focus on what you're doing. And it's not just about what you do in the gym, because you can train right in the gym, do everything your coach tells you in the gym, walk out the doors and don't live right. You know, eat the wrong foods, drink whatever. You've lost a percentage. Boxing is a lifestyle, and I would say it's the same for football. Any sport, it's a lifestyle. You've got to live it. The way that I see it is if somebody's patting you on the back and telling you you're doing a brilliant job, because our sport's very fickle. It's just like football. Score a goal on Saturday, fans love you. Miss a pen next Saturday, they absolutely hate you. You know, and you've got to, for me, I think when people are giving you credit, acknowledge it, but let it out your ear. That's it, it's gone. In through that one, out through that one. But when people are slagging you off and telling you that you're crap, I can't say to you don't acknowledge it, because that's not human. Humans are always going to acknowledge. You can read 1,000 messages saying, oh, well done mate, and you see that one that says you're garbage, you're this, it does resonate in you, because that's what we are as humans.
I tell you what, and I know this interview ain't about me, but I can relate to that, because when I was playing, I was very good at discarding negative comments.
Sometimes being a successful coach, I'm not going to say a great coach, but sometimes being a successful coach depends on what I can get out of you, right? Because I could be the biggest genius on planet as far as boxing brain is concerned, but if I can't get your talent out of you and get you to be able to improve and develop, if I can't do that, it doesn't matter. But just like you could have it in you to become a world champion, but if you haven't got a coach that can pull that out of you and help you develop and get you to understand, it's got to gel. And so I think that's one of what I would say is probably my biggest strength, is that what I have to work with and the fighters that I have, I would be confident in. I would never say that I'm a good coach, but what I would say is I am good at getting the best out of the fighters, and helping them to believe what they can actually achieve, and then going and doing it. In fights, you've got to be able to handle things when things are going your way. When I say handle things when they're going your way, is that you don't get too carried away, don't get too confident, so then you end up making mistakes because you get sloppy. But also, when you're under the cosh a bit and you start getting slapped up a little bit, you've got to be able to hold yourself, to be able to ride those moments out and nullify that, take that away from them, take them back out of their rhythm, and then get back to your own boxing without mentally caving in, because all of a sudden, from being comfortable, you're under pressure. You've got to be able to handle the pressure of that as well. It's, you know, especially when you're talking about 12-round fights, there are going to be rounds that you lose. You know, when you're in that even match sort of contest and you're in that higher level, there's going to be rounds that you lose. You might get off to a bad start, but you can't just then, oh, just because you got off a bad start or just because you've had a bad round or two, you can't then just like, that's it, it's gone. You've got to get that back, and that's where your top-end fighters can do that.
Who did you enjoy working with the most, and reasons for?
It's a difficult one, that. But Bellew asked me to come back into boxing and train him, so I did. Now, from him onwards, the fighters I've worked with, I've loved working with, and I'm enjoying the most, because each and every one of them gives me 100%. Who do I enjoy?
And talk a little bit on Bomber, because
I was just about to say, he, I would say, out of the whole career, is that dynamic and the ride that we went on, that stands out above anything. I would also say, on a different level, the one that I enjoy working with the most because of how he is Jordan Gill, because he gets everything that I'm talking to him about, and I always say he's like plasticine, where you can mould into how you need him to be.
Is that a talent though? If you feel you can mould and you can switch and see what you...
He's the most talented fighter that I've ever worked with.
Really?
Yeah.
Big shout.
Yeah, he's the most talented. It's just about getting that talent out and developing mentally and as well as physically. The hardest worker there, right, because he knew and he acknowledged that he wasn't the most talented, and he knew and he acknowledged that there was other fighters that in the gym that were so much better than him technically. It was Tony Bellew. It's single-mindedness, and it's how his mentality can flare up and then just be straight back to normal.
Does he have to be brought down sometimes? Does he get
Sometimes,
carried away?
yeah,
in a corner, Tony,
yeah.
Sometimes you have to bring him back down to earth, don't you?
Yeah, and especially at early doors, you know, he'd have to get a few bollockings early doors, especially in the gym.
What do you mean?
Yeah. Oh, in the gym though,
right, okay.
Early doors, because when we first started working together for the first couple of years, he'd be alright, he'd be nice and calm, and somebody hit him, and then he'd start throwing, and you know what I'm saying, throwing the weight forward and giving and he'd just get into a gunslinging match like that. And I remember the first fight we had together, it was against Bullard, his first fight at cruiserweight, fighting a bigger man and everything, and he had it all under control for 6 rounds. Then round 7, he just started swinging and loading up his chin up in air. Just switched up because kid caught him with shot and he just started going like an idiot. And he got tagged and got rocked. And then all of a sudden it turned into an harder fight and he came back to the corner and gave him the biggest bollocking ever. But that was our dynamic. It looked strange because he's 6'3" and like 15 stone and I'm like 5'4".
I think it's so good.
You know what I mean?
I think that's why it worked.
Yeah.
I think that's why the public and UK fell in love with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But talking about talented boxers, as a trainer, one who you didn't get your hands on, who's one of your favourites to watch or you'd love to have coached, trained and gone, oh, I'd love to have a little piece of this?
That's a difficult one. My favourite boxer was Sugar Ray Leonard. You know, but it's not a case of coaching him. Yeah. Fighters of this generation that are pushing it close for me and becoming much favourite of mine. One's Andre Ward and one's Lomachenko. I love them 2 fighters. Roy Jones, he's another one I absolutely love. You know, fantastic.
He's a joke.
Yeah.
So good.
There's been some great fighters, and it's not a case of I'd like to have coached them because I look at them and I think, come on. I would love to be in the gym watching them and be around them. I would love to be the bucket boy for them. That's what I would love to be.
So talk me through just a normal day, David Coldwell, wake up.
There is no normal day really.
So how does it
work?
There is
as far as the gym's concerned. I mean, I'll get up in the morning. No matter what I do, is I fit my training around it. I've got to stay young for my kids. I want to stay young for my kids, and also I don't ever want to be one of these coaches. And I'm not knocking them because there's far better coaches than me that do this. But just for me, my personal preference is I don't want to be able to say to my fighters, do this, do that, but I can't do it. I always feel as though if I can push them physically as well as mentally on things, then it inspires them to keep going. But then it inspires me that no matter how old I'm getting, I've got to keep up with him. So I've got to. So I have to keep in front of my kids, and I've got to try and keep up with my fighters.
On a bit of a lighter note now, you do a bit of commentating.
Yeah,
you love commentating for Sky.
Yeah. I do a lot of punditry work for Sky.
You're talking to me about when you're shaving your beard. You don't like to because it makes you look.
I look proper young, and I mean it's hot. Okay, so when you're a bigger man and you're quite tall. So when you're tall and you're a bigger man, right? Then it's fine whether you're clean shaven or and you look 10 or not. Yeah. But when you're 5'4", right, and you look like me, if I shave my beard, I look really young. So I look like some young kid trying to tell you about boxing, and it's just people don't take it seriously. So I've got the beard. I'm happy to have the grey in it because it makes me look a bit older, a bit more authoritative. You know, I can blag it a little bit better.
Future, do you want to see David Coldwell? Boxers coming through. Yeah. You just mentioned one straight away there.
Jordan Gill.
Watch out. Commentating, we're going to see you on the box more often.
Yeah, I'm doing. I do stuff obviously for Sky.
Yeah.
I do stuff for BT with Ultimate Boxer as well. So that's I'd love to do more of that sort of stuff. I love punditry and commentary. I love boxing, so I love talking about boxing. So.
But before I let you go, I've got some quick fire questions for you.
Okay.
Favourite song?
Probably, if you can say it these days, Thriller.
Thriller, yeah? Okay, Michael Jackson, of course you can. Favourite holiday destination, where'd you like to go?
Dubai now. I love Dubai.
Say you're single.
Well, if I was single?
Yeah, where'd you go?
It's
always different, isn't it?
Do you know what?
You wouldn't go to Dubai if you're single, would you?
No,
Where'd
probably
you
not.
go?
No. I don't know, because I've never been on a singles holiday. I've never been on an
Okay,
holiday.
me and you are out this weekend. Where do you want me to take you?
Probably Ibiza. It's got to be Ibiza,
Yeah,
yeah.
of course, yeah. That's what I was waiting for. Spiritual animal, if you had to choose one. If you had to choose an animal...
Oh, hang on. Who asked that
Yeah, some
one?
random one over there, but I liked it. I'm with it. If you had to choose an animal... Okay, then let's mix it
I love
random.
dogs.
No, actually, I'm going to... Bear with me here. If you was to see yourself as an animal, what kind of animal would you be?
I'd be a lion. Do you know why I said that? Because I always tell my boy to be a lion.
Well, that's nice.
Be a
Theo,
lion,
yeah?
Yeah.
Because he's doing well with his football. I follow you on Instagram. Anyone wants to watch his boy, fantastic little player. Favourite smell?
Smell? God, Jesus.
They're random.
Yeah, I'll
Go
random.
with it, though.
Bit of Tom Ford, to be fair.
Oh, right, so you've gone perfume.
Yeah.
I went with toffee.
Yeah, no.
Favourite movie?
Probably Will Smith, I Am Legend. I love that film.
Like it. And if you wasn't a boxing trainer, I'm going to put you in that category, what would you be?
I would probably, don't know, I would probably do something to do with cars, because I love cars. Yeah, maybe, because before I actually went full-time boxing, I actually ran a car sales company when I was 17. Yeah.
David Coldwell, you've been a gentleman.
Thanks, mate.
Thank
Cheers.
you
Thanks
so
for having
much.
me.
Top man.
Cheers.
Enjoyed it.